diversification. So what we mean by that is spreading your risk. It's not putting all your eggs in one basket, because then you can get caught out quite badly.
Absolutely. So I'd say fundamental part of one's investment philosophy is got to diversify. Exactly what Ben said. Spread the risk. Put a bit of money into, we call asset allocation. So you allocate your assets across different classes. So from cash, share market, property.
So is that what a financial advisor would normally do?
Correct. So financial advisor, if you were to come to me as a financial advisor, investment manager, go, hi Elliot, this is my situation. I've got $1 million to invest.
Mm-hmm.
What do you suggest?
Mm-hmm.
First, as I always say, I want to know in context. How long did it take to do it? Where did this money come from? Was it inheritance?
Yep.
Did you save for it over an extended period, 10-year period? Was it a windfall from Pat's Lotto? Whatever it may be. Just want to know where that $1 million came from. Not become, asking questions too much. Just really just want to know what your philosophy as a person is, your DNA. Okay?
Okay. So,
and then I asked a few more questions trying to work out your risk appetite. Are you that type of guy to put, if you had $100, put it all, you go to the races and punt it, or are you that type of guy to save it? Are you that save it and put into cash, or save it and put into something like a crypto, extremely risky asset?
mm-hmm.
Just ask, undergo a questionnaire, get a very good understanding of what drives you as a person. Also, what are your goals and aspirations? Do you need this money for children's education, to buy your first property, to what do you want to achieve with this money, with your savings, right? To purchase a fancy car, to, as I said, children's education, put your parents into an aged care facility, whatever it may be. What do you want? What is driving you? Okay, because it makes
Understand.
difference.
Yep. So, all right. So you're a financial advisor.
Yes,
Okay.
very much.
Where will the market be in 6 months? Because I want to make sure.
Yep.
If you're giving me advice,
Yes.
I want to make sure it works.
Correct. No one has a clue. And if anyone says to you categorically the market will be at A, I'd walk or run as quickly as possible from them.
Hang on, but you're a financial advisor.
Correct. So we supposedly have more time and a better understanding of what's going on, yet no one has a clue. There is so many different factors at play. Ultimately, macroeconomic factors. What I mean by macro is micro, which is small, and macro, large, like geopolitical factors at play. Right? If there were to be a GFC, as there was 2008, the markets are going to drop drastically, 40, 50, 60% within a few days.
Yep.
No one can control that.
Yeah.
Okay? All asset classes are going to drop, pretty much. Every single asset class. So no one has a clue. So the best thing to do is that asset allocation, or in other words, diversify your assets, your investments.
Okay.
Spreading your risk.
So I've got a question for you. GFC comes around tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay. And it can happen that quickly.
Yep. Black swan events, meaning no one has a clue what the most unlikely of reasons can trigger the GFC.
Okay. So if a GFC was to rear its ugly head again,
Yes.
would you sell out straight away?
No. Definitely not.
Wow.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not. And maybe it's a contrarian idea.
Right.
I wouldn't. I would say if you can withstand it, right? Okay, I wouldn't, because what generally happens, and you look at charts throughout history, there's been GFCs, there's been world wars, there's been famines, there's been mass outbreaks of COVID, whatever. Yep. Often it goes like this: the market starts here, goes down a bit, goes up, goes out, may go down a bit, but then it appreciates greatly, so it goes higher.
Okay, so it balances itself out.
It doesn't balance, no, it continuously goes higher. Okay, so it doesn't balance, it continuously goes higher. Okay, so I would definitely not sell out. Actually, if you have the appetite and you have the means to, right, I'd buy in.
Oh, really?
Buy the dip, as we call it. Get in back up the truck, all these expressions that people say. Okay, buy as much as you can. But you have to have, firstly, the appetite, the risk appetite, and the means to do it, correct. Okay. It's a hard thing to do. When everyone's selling and you're buying in, I mean, people look at you like you're crazy, but that's when you can really make a world of a difference in the long term in terms of your performance.
Right.
Okay. For instance, I worked at Macquarie Bank, one of the big investment banks in Melbourne, in Australia, I should say. At the height of the GFC, the stock dropped to, call it $15, $16. Okay? Dropped. If you held that stock, if you bought in that stock today, it's appreciated 15-fold. That's an example. And it's a real example. Why? Because I didn't buy in. So I missed out on it.
No, but that's really important, because it's normally everything is portrayed out there as a very rosy picture. But life is not rosy. I can tell you, it's tough.
Life is tough, but if you spread your risk, you're reasonable about it, and you know what you need, you know your budget, you know what your future holds in terms of, as much as you can, what your major expenditure is going to be in the future. So let's say you're newly married and you want to have kids in the next 5 years, that's going to be a massive, it's positive, obviously having kids, it's a blessing, but it's a massive financial burden. Therefore, you have to prepare yourself financially for that occasion. Similarly, if you're at the moment renting, for example, and you want to buy a property, it's a financial burden. You've got to prepare yourself. You can't just say, oh, gee, I'm going to auction today, but I haven't prepared myself. That's not going to work.
No.
Yeah. Just remember, diversify is incredibly important. You've got to diversify your risk.
It's the key.
Yes.
Any comments? Leave them below. Like and subscribe. If you subscribe, leave a comment for us. We'll come back to it. Guaranteed.
I free it, didn't I?
Hey.